Hey guys, this video is really hard to do. Well, as you can tell, this video is about my mom. It's still hard to look at the camera. My mom passed away about 2 years ago. I'm doing this video actually probably the month before it came out. I had to do this video over like probably 100 times because I would break out crying and I probably wouldn't make it done. It's been really rough. It's been a rough couple of years. I miss my mom very much. Okay. Today I'm gonna try talking a little bit about her. She passed away October 2nd, 7:30 in the morning. I was working. I was probably the hardest phone call I ever got. The day before, October 3rd, my dad was like, hey, you need to come to the hospital. Come to your mom and stuff. I knew she was in palliative care, and in the back of my mind, I knew that she probably wasn't. She wasn't going home. And the reason why I'm so upset about it is because in the last couple of years, I don't think I actually grieved. Like in the back of my mind, my mom's still alive, She was 52 years old when she passed away. And that was a really rough year in 2018 because another person I know, his name was Harold, and he passed away from a very aggressive form of cancer. I can't remember what it was, but he passed away, and it made the reality thinking that, that's gonna happen to my mom one day. And sure enough, it did. And she was struggling with breast cancer for years. I can't remember what year she got diagnosed. But I was, I think, 20 or 21 at the time when she told me and my brother that she had cancer. She had, chemotherapy, radiation. Cancer is awful, and I will never wish that upon my worst enemies. It's terrible cancer, and it's just awful because, my mom did everything right. She was healthy, she ran every day, and, and it just makes no sense of why she had to die the way she did. like she wasn't ready yet. Her story wasn't over yet. Like I'm 31 years old. It doesn't matter how old you are. You still need your mom. And October 1st, my dad said, "Kid, you need to come to the hospital." So I worked that day. So I went there after, and seeing my mom lay in bed like that, and I remember before I even went in the room to go see my mom, my dad took me into a separate room, and I thank God every day for my dad. He was so strong in all of this. He made sure everyone in the family was okay. I was okay. My brother. And he sat me down in the room and he's like, "Okay, you need, your mom is dying." And I remember telling my dad that I wasn't ready to say goodbye. So I went in the room. I tried to be brave, strong for my mom, because I didn't want her to see that I was hurting. Because moms don't want to see their kids upset or hurt or whatever. So I just held my mom's hand and I said, whatever happens, you'll get better and stuff. And yeah, so I think, I gave her a hug. And yeah, and then that was it. And then I left. And I couldn't go back to the hospital. I left. And then I got the phone call. So I miss my mom a lot. Because she did so much for me when I was growing up. She was such a big advocate. She did so much for me and my brother and my dad. She was an amazing woman, and I missed her a lot. And I never thought I would ever do this on video, but I was talking to a good friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, and he told me that I should do it, and it probably would help me because I never grieved, Everybody, be nice to your mom, and your dad, and your family, because you only have one set of parents. So, anyways, I want to try showing you exactly some of the things that my mom did for me that really helped me when I was growing up. My mom was a pretty big advocate for me, going to school. And she always made sure the teachers and the educational assistants knew that what was required for me in order for me to learn. And, I got like a big box and I've all kinds of stuff in there that my mom did that, I haven't even gone through, because every time I try going through it, I just can't. It just brings back way too many painful memories, But I brought out a few things that I tried showing to you today. Like, she wrote out this letter, for teachers explaining, about who I am. And I could read all of it, but the video would get too long. But it basically is staff info, and it's inclusive education of the hearing impaired child. And just reading that, when I read this, I hear my mom's voice in my head, and it's like, one day I'll make a video reading this letter out, because people need to know how to teach and help people who are deaf or hard of hearing, It's very important, and it was a huge passion of my mom. And it's crazy, and you know what? Recently, it's become mine. And for years, I never was truly myself. I felt like I was someone that I wanted them to like me, But it wasn't really who I am. And doing YouTube last month has made me realize a lot, and brought back, memories of my mom, just talking about my mom, and I'll never forget, be you, be who you are. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And it finally makes sense. Anyways, I remember when I was in grade 6, we had the opportunity to go to camp. And I remember being so scared and being away from home. And all my friends at the time were pushing me and pressuring me to go, and I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't know anything about camping at the time. Do you know what my mom did? She wrote a freaking book about camping. I forgot about this book. And it has everything in here explaining. And I must have went through this book like 1,000 times, because the pages are worn and stuff. And it's like, it does, well, you can't see it in the video, but backwards, but it does all about Red Rock Camp. And my mom put pictures in here. She made this book for me so I could actually see. Because hearing back then was really hard. I mean, people could tell me and I still wouldn't get it. And she tried to make it exciting and fun, and she put like pictures, and it says, my friends and teachers from room 304 will come to Red Rock Camp with me. And then the canoe will float on the lake, and there's a picture here of the lake. And you know what? This is only one of probably 50 books that I've got. And there's everything in here, like what's gonna happen, like step by step of what's gonna happen. So I knew exactly what everything would happen, going to camp. And it's crazy that she did that, because I know so many moms out there that couldn't give a damn about their kids, and it makes me realize how lucky I was, and my brother and my dad, to have such an amazing wife, mother to his 2 kids, and it's just crazy, Oh, and anyways, this was a big one, because I was deaf, pretty hard of hearing. It was hard for me to learn in school. So she would, I was all visual. I was super visual about everything. That was the only way I was able to process everything. And it does work on count backwards, but it does see the words we hear. And it's got like big words. I'm trying to find. Like, well, not big word, but here's a good example. Bank. A place where you can safely keep your money. Bank and money. So when I was young, I could see that and go, oh, that's where it goes. That's where the money goes. Money goes to the bank, where everyone should save their money, And it's basically my mom made her own version of a dictionary for me in order for me to learn. And it's crazy, I love this book. Yeah. Anyways, this video is getting a little bit long. I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about my mom and what kind of a special woman she was. I miss her terribly. And Mom, wherever you are, I hope you're okay. And I'm alright. I hang in there. And everyone says it gets easier, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't get easier. Nobody understands what it's like until you lose a parent. And it's scary because my dad's getting older, and heaven forbid when that time comes, it's gonna be a rough day. But I don't want to think about that. I want to be happy that my dad's still here, healthy, and I try to talk to him as often as I can. And yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys understood me. I haven't really cried like this as long as took me a long time to do this video. I love you, Mom. And I missed you. We all missed you. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you for watching and learning a little bit about my mom today. Have a good night, everyone.